16 draws down, 1 to go. We've witnessed some great curling here in St. Catharines. And tap it up for the win. And McCarville and Northern Ontario will steal the win. We wrap up round robin this morning. Draw 17, Scotties is next. Rain, rain, go away. It's overcast. There's drizzle. It remains mild here in the Niagara region. We're in St. Catharines, heading towards, they say, about a +5 today. Last night, draw 16. Battle for first place. Manitoba, Michelle Englot against Ontario, Rachel Homan. Now remember, Rachel Homan and her team, one of the best defensive teams here, averaging about 3.5 points per game against, wow. She gives up a 4 in the first to Manitoba. As they roll, the Bison is running 9-5 your final. Northern Ontario wins by 2 over Nova Scotia. Quebec stay alive, 8-5 over BC, and Team Canada wins over Saskatchewan. So here's what's at stake on this final draw morning. Manitoba will finish first, Ontario second. They'll play in the 1-2 page playoff. Team Canada is in now. Northern Ontario, Quebec not playing. Northern Ontario must win this morning to avoid a tiebreaker with Quebec. As on this Friday morning we say hello Canada, welcome back to St. Catharines. It's the final draw as we say hello to Cheryl and Russ alongside, of course, Northwest Territories. Wow, what a story. Carrie Galusha comes through that 4-game pre-qualifying event. This is game 15 for her. I'm surprised they're not just dog tired.
Surprised, that's unbelievable. Do the math. 6-month season, basically. They played 8 games on tour, 8 end games on tour. That's about 1 game every 3 weeks. These are all 10s, 10-minute practice, the media. They get 4 games before the event, as you mentioned, 15 games. This team's running on fumes, Beck. Can they hang in 1 more game? Very, very great showing for Northwest Territories.
If you are Northern Ontario, you know what you have to do. Krista McCarville, you win, you're in, you lose, you play a tiebreaker. So what's the approach?
Well, as athletes, we're always told never to focus on the outcome. But this is a must-win game, and it's really hard. So how do you avoid that? You focus on all the things you can control, the sweeping, the brushing, the line calling. Play to win this game. This Galusha team is tired. They've been out here a long time. So you can exploit and capitalize on some of the opportunities that you get this morning.
It is the final draw of this year's round robin at the Scotties, Northern Ontario Territories, when we come back.
The 2017 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Scotties Sponge Towels, Purex, and Cashmere. Proud sponsors of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts for over 35 years. The 2017 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. And by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
It's a full slate of games. This 17th and final round robin draw. Team Canada, the defending champions, Chelsea Carey are in. Shannon Clybrink at 5 losses. Alberta will not make the playoffs. Saskatchewan closes against PEI. Nova Scotia and Mary Matatall against Newfoundland and Labrador. Stacey Curtis with their best performance ever, 4 wins, and our featured game, Northern Ontario and the Territories on Sheet D. Win and Northern Ontario is in. Lose, they face a tiebreaker. Time to meet the teams now. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Hi, I'm Carrie Galusha, skip of Team Northwest Territories. Our lead is Sharon Cormier, second Danielle Derry, third Megan Kohler, and we curl out of the Yellowknife Curling Center.
Hi, I'm Krista McCarville, skip of Team Northern Ontario. Our lead is Sarah Potts. Our second is Ashley Sipola. Our third is Kendra Lilly, and we curl out of the Fort William Curling Club in Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Northern Ontario has won the draw to the button, and so they will have the last draw. They'll have the hammer here in this first end of play. Yellow stones for the team from Thunder Bay. Red for the Territories. Carrie Galusha is out, and we're ready to get it underway with the Territories lead, Sharon Cormier.
Well, this was sheet D that they had some trouble with. This was the sheet that was affected the most when the humidifier wasn't working, and it warmed up and ended up almost melting at the one end, but they fixed it now. Looks great this morning.
Yeah, it was. We walked in here, and my goodness, the biggest smile belonged to Dave Merklinger this morning when we got here around 8 o'clock. What's going on? Oh, the humidity's at 40% compared to the mid-60s it was yesterday, so there will be no scraping midway through the game as we've had the last 3 draws yesterday, for example. So everything is back to normal, and he's quite happy. All that being said, Russ, with the humidity outside and people bringing in, and bringing in just some wet clothing from the drizzle, the humidity may go up.
Well, you'd think it would, because at 95% outside, and like you say, the big crowds come in, the clothing's damp, just the breathing itself creates a lot of humidity.
So they have asked the 3 of us not to breathe.
Yes, yes. For till as long as it takes.
2.5 hours.
So we're all holding our breath.
Not an extra in.
Oh, gosh, no.
This team's had such a great week, Northwest Territories. The last time they had arena ice access was they played in a slam, a Tier 2 slam, so that was back in November. And then 2 weeks ago they came out before the Scotties for a couple days before, and they threw on some club ice that John Epping had groomed for them as arena.
Yeah, at Mississauga, and he said the ice maker there is wonderful and was able to at least give them a sense of what they're going to face. That being said, Krista McCarville, yes, she wants rocks in play, but this isn't some Territories team. Further to your point, yeah, they haven't played much during the regular season, but this, for Galusha, is her 10th Scotties. So every year picks up a little more experience. It's nice not to talk about the ice. As we say, good morning, Kathy Gauthier. What else is on the radar?
Well, for the Northern Ontario team, Lorraine Lang said for the last couple of days, the decisions and the strategy discussions at timeouts has not been about what is it that we want to play. It's what has been the ice, what is going to let you play. But last night, there was a little bit of another wrinkle for the Northern Ontario team. They went to leave at the end of the draw around 10:30, and all the teams were held up for drug testing. One player selected, and while you might think that that is a fast process, they did not get out of here until after midnight, so that shortened their night, feeling very fatigued today in a very important game.
Okay.
Well, the drug testing is not a short process. It can be upwards of 2 hours, especially if you have to hydrate, if you need to get, and you would have just played a game, and those are some of the issues that athletes have. They are dehydrated after curling, and you have to give a sample, and so sometimes you're sitting waiting until you can rehydrate.
Well, it just throws the whole routine off too, doesn't it? It's late at night, you're tired in a long week, 10 games in already, and all of a sudden, whoops. Yeah, it's pretty tough. But they're a young team, they're fit, and they know what they have to do this morning.
Hard line, if we got foul, go! Top four! Yes! Gotta go hard line! Hard!
Around they go.
My concern for both teams is the ice is going to be too good. The mornings is always quicker, frost, it'll be tough.
Let's take a look at the keys now, and we'll start with the Territories.
Well, shorten the game for this exhausted team that's tried their best right from Thursday afternoon, and the shorter they make this game, they're playing a better team on paper. So if you shrink it down to 6 ends, 5 ends, 4 ends, you get a much better chance. That's exactly what happened. Let Northern Ontario let Nova Scotia do last night. They kept it clean for a while, ran it up and down. All of a sudden, it was tied coming home. That's what Galusha needs to do so that she can carry the team.
Yeah, you brought it this morning. Way to go. Way to go. Hell, that little roll towards quarter, so tucks a little piece underneath. And she just carries on. We'll just keep going here this morning. Throw everything at Cheryl.
It curls and out. Bumper. Bumper. It's right up here. Yeah.
Oh.
You got that, didn't you, Cheryl? The carry the team.
Yeah.
Like I know it's early.
Not to. No.
You
I
didn't
tried
seem
not to
excited.
groan. No, I didn't, did I? I'm sorry.
Yes!
I will up my excitement level next time.
Whoa! Whoa. No. Yes! Yes, whoa! Good shot.
Very nice.
Underneath cover.
Running 14-2. I got that on there. Make sure it's there. Yeah. Whoa! That's really out. Stay close, but we're on the guard still.
Still on that guard
7,
right now.
Here it comes. Curling now. You're okay. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard.
Danielle Derry.
Hard. If we're not top forward,
Sharon
just
Cormier.
use it. Yep. Whoa.
That's
And just down and snuggling up beside. Let's take a look at the keys to the game now for Northern Ontario, and the pressure's on you.
I'm not going to respond well for this. I think go at them early, and they're doing that. I do not hang your head, Vic. This McCarville team, this is when the ice could be the best, so do go after Galusha because they are tired, mentally tired, and then use the advantage you have with your front end. You've got Sarah Potts' 10% advantage over Sharon Cormier, so that's where you can set up the ends and put the pressure on them.
I apologize. The keys to the game are brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. Your future, we're not too sure about.
Yeah. Well, I'll be able to carry the team, Vic.
There you go. That's what we're talking about.
I'm going to bring it tonight, I tell you.
Very nice.
Boy,
Andrew Lilly.
perfect rolls.
Northern Ontario with last rock here in this first.
I complained a bit about Northern Ontario throwing a lot of weight in some of those shots. That was a softer weight and just perfect roll. 2 already. That tells you how good the ice is going to be.
Oh, shoot, I missed the time.
I was very impressed with Kendra when they played Ontario. She just, the ability to bring her game up and respond and put pressure on the opposition. She's doing it again.
Are we through?
This is closer to the guard,
Really
this
running,
one.
we're up.
Really heavy.
Back 8. Back 12.
Oof. And
Okay.
back it goes. And one of the things that Krista McCarville said, we watched that out of the corner of our eye, the game against Nova Scotia. And I said, it looked defensive. She says, well, it wasn't from our doing. We got an early lead, and we decided not to put a lot of rocks in play, which is fine. And then there was really only one end with Mary Matatall where it got junked up. But today, she thinks, okay, I'm going to go after her, being Carrie Galusha. But at the same time, picking the spots, being smart about it.
She is. That is Krista's, MO. She's a smart skip, scoreboard manager, and that's what she did last night, obviously. Decides the 2-point lead was good, and they didn't feel any pressure to push it. She's not a team that needs to get a big, huge lead on the scoreboard. She'll just manage the ends when she has hammer.
Okay, well, easy. That's good.
And they're pouring it on today.
Right, exactly. He draws to sit 3. The other thing is, that old adage, do you play to win or play not to lose? And she said that they've talked about it. They're out here realizing what's at stake. The win, they're in. So, they're not out here to not lose it.
Their rocks are staggered.
Playing to win.
Sorry? Their rocks are staggered, so we got one back there.
So this is about our 4th rock down this path, hey?
Yeah, I needed 14.
The way this curls makes this court tighter than it even looks. You have to get by that top high guard.
Yeah.
That comment by Danielle Derry Fourth rock down this path, going to be a little quicker. That is something that Coach John Epping has worked very hard on this team, particularly the brushers. What to say, that kind of communication as this team continues to grow.
John's been absolutely invaluable here. Is this going to get by?
Oh, yeah. And now, if it's got enough, by one, and no. Close, but it looks as if yellow may still be shot.
That was nearly impossible.
We rubbed the guard.
Yeah, let's try and let's.
You could do bumper.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah, you're going to measure that for sure.
Wait.
Okay.
To Cheryl's point, you can't get by that yellow top corner guard any tighter, and it's still racked. Obviously, it could have been a couple feet heavier, would have helped.
Okay, bumper weight. Okay. Try to nose it.
Yeah.
It's a little less than Kendra's. I had a 10.7 on hers.
Right.
Okay. So just a little bit less than hers.
Okay. Weight should be good here now.
Okay. Yeah, no, right?
Yeah, you might up the weight a little bit in the center line spot, but there's been a few rocks down, so the pebble should be worn down. Nothing to grab.
I think she's happiest about
Close to Kendra.
Russ is that their game, Northern Ontario's game, has gotten better as the week has gone on. So this runner-up a year ago feeling very good about where their game is.
So there's no double?
And rolling it away. Sitting 4. All the while, Quebec can do nothing about it, of course. Have Belil watching, I'm sure, and having no control. She needs the loss by Northern Ontario.
Yep.
You make the double, you might make the triple, but the most important thing, if you don't even get more than one of them out, is you have to get that thrown rock here from Carrie Galusha buried. Even if you make a double, stay open somewhere, you're giving up a big score.
We can afford to hit the
You had to roll at about a foot farther. Give Carrie the double on the left-hand side, but don't allow her to have this catcher.
This should run though here. It won't go crazy.
Yeah, I just got mine going, so.
See John Epping kind of gritting his teeth there, because this is a new spot too. Inside out, you'd have to think this will curl.
Can you slide underneath? Final stone facing 4. This is Carrie Galusha. Bang. Now come in. Ooh. If she just could have caught the backside of that shot rock in the 8-foot, she may have sat there.
Well, they tried to anticipate the curl, thinking that it would come up a bit at the end.
And Carrie said it would hang a bit, so she had it figured out better than I did, and just threw it through the break. Oh man, any thicker.
Well, I know we had more than what we actually hit at one point.
Straightened up on them.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but Chrissy shoots.
Yeah. There's a touch more ice than yours.
Yeah.
So.
Do you like 90 then, Sarah? I like to go with 90.
Just a
90?
perfectly
90, 95.
executed end from Team Northern Ontario.
Once it crosses that line, it'll work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Sitting 2. Draw for 3.
Mine's good. I know.
Right out of the
Whoa,
blocks
guys, whoa, have a
here in the
look.
first.
Oh, I was just cleaning. Line's good. It's all there. It's curling hard now. Yep. Okay, line's good. Line's
Potts. Sipola.
good. Shot.
And the Moose are up early here in the Meridian Center. What a start for Northern Ontario. You were saying, Russ, this may have been as good an end out of the 4 players, 3 of them, Sipola, Lily, McCarville, all throwing 100% shots.
Well, just an incredible end. We argued for 3 minutes trying to figure out which was the best shot to show everybody. Nice little roll here by the skipper, followed up with a free draw for 2, but 2 perfect hit and rolls earlier. A great come around by Kendra, a good corner guard. All 8 shots were absolutely perfect.
And it results in a score of 3. The key shot is brought to you by Sponge Towels, ultra strong, ultra quick ultra absorbent. So here in the second on this Friday morning, final draw of round robin, Northern Ontario in a must-win to avoid a tiebreaker. Get off to a great start, scoring 3. The Territories will have the last rock. They have the hammer here in the second, playing the Red Storm.
Yeah, none of what we saw was an example of a team playing not to lose.
They listen to your keys.
Team Canada tuning up for the playoffs. Takes a 1-0 lead over Alberta. And Shannon Clybrink is playing in the game, skipping and throwing fourth. Saskatchewan with a steal of 1 against PEI.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, Labrador blanked the first.
Hard line. Hard. What do you have? 10. We gotta go. No. Yep. Hard. The T line. Yep. Hard.
Oh, that's
Okay, whoa. It's coming down really hard.
They were playing a tap that top 12 back and create a little bit of a wall or a pocket on the behind the corner guard, but just not enough weight. New path.
Yeah, like or a little roll.
I talked to Carey right after they beat Alberta in that thrilling game where Carey made a two come-around taps or draws that came just behind the button, which is not ideal, but still good enough to win the game. And I congratulated the team on what an effort. And first thing she said was, if we could just draw a little better, even if she had won the game against Alberta. And that has been the key for them not being in the playoffs here. The 5-5 record's fantastic, but
that was definitely up, I think. Yeah.
So now think about what they've had to do. They come out of the qualifying tournament for the first time, 4 games there. You immediately think they go right back on the ice and play Prince Edward Island. That was last Saturday night. And then there's their win-loss record at this point in time. This is the best ever performance by Kerry Galusha. But John Epping was really worried about that letdown. Imagine that, you get through the qualifying. So he said, what we did, I did 2 things. I loaded them up on sugar to get them through that game with PEI. And he said, I also told them no phones, no cell phones for the day. And in fact, whenever they're on the ice, there are no cell phones from the time they get to the arena till the time they leave the arena. It's leave them alone, because they were getting all kinds of text messages.
Well, you just never get a mental break from anything if you don't. A lot of these teams avoid social media, any kind of external distractions when they're having a break from a game, because you do need to debrief and then you need to shut your mind off.
So great performance by her to get to a 5 wins. We've seen the best ever performance for Stacey Curtis. And John Epping really has meant a lot to this team. Initially, when he reached out to them, and they were a little, okay, fine. But then they brought him on board. They were doing a lot of video conferencing, a lot of face timing. Actually, he's in Toronto. They're up there, and they're using their, they're doing a video clinic, and he's coaching them by video.
incredible. To play as little as they do and to come out of here and win half their games against the top teams in the country, it's just incredible.
No.
There we go again with the draw weight. That's, you know, if they
lost that feel.
Another year, I think you'll see the team try to get to play in some quicker surfaces with the big curl, and you can't replicate that. It's tough.
No, and part of draw weight too is you're not on your own out there either. You need to have some communication from the thrower in front and about the pass and what the sweepers are seeing. So it's an entire team game when you get to this level.
I know that it's quite tight. Yep.
I think that's the key thing is what you just said, is this level. They draw well, but not against a Holman or a, you know, a Clybrink or a Carey or whatever it is.
As for Northern Ontario, they won the silver medal, runners-up a year ago, and they were so-so. But you know, it's how they manage those losses, where they come. And then, of course, as she said, Krista McCarville, they feel they're playing really well right now. And that win over Team Canada, should they win and get in, they will be given third place ahead of Team Canada. Lorraine Lang.
Yes! Hard!
Of course, those are two Scotties championships coming with Heather Houston. The World Championship won in Milwaukee back in 1989.
Yeah. Close to that same weight.
Well, I bet the McCarville team took a lot away from those 9 days and that loss as well. It's not a team that would have walked away and said, you know, oh, that's too bad. It's what could we have done better? How could we have won that game? What was the difference? And especially with the coaching back, they've got Lorraine Lang backing them. They've got Rick helping them out.
Okay, go a little then. Try and get it tighter. Line's great. Ashley, stay with it.
I know, I'm just saying it's tight. We're tight.
True believer in those big games, you have to learn how to lose before you can learn how to win.
That is an advantage that McCarville says she believes that her team has over Galusha. Yeah, they don't bonspiel a lot. They're not one of the teams that goes week after week after week. But they've played on more arena ice than Galusha has. They're more familiar with it. That has to be, to her mind, an advantage.
It would be. And their technical, McCarville's team practices a lot. When they come here, they're technically sound. They don't have to think about their deliveries or their throws.
Yeah, no, 6 or 7 days a week. Always they're on the ice. The three of them, Kendra Lilly has to practice by herself because she makes her home in Sudbury, the third for Northern Ontario, but quite often she'll make the trip up for weekend practice.
I think that's a key for a lot of the teams, and that's what, you know, Russ and I have talked about that this season with so many teams playing so much. If you're seeing some things break down, I think it's because they're not practicing as much as they had been.
Well said. I think the McCarville model, scheduling model, is absolutely the way to do it. You know, play 4, 5, 6 events. Don't go crazy traveling all over the world. Play good teams, play on good ice. But you got to dig it out of the dirt, as the golfers say. You've got to practice. You've got to hone those skills, and no better way to do it than throw 60 rocks, 80 rocks a day.
About halfway. Okay.
Shot stone belongs to Northern Ontario as we play here in the second, sitting back 4. As we get ready for skip stones.
Just throwing the guard to take away anything that Carrie may have with her own redstone to promote it.
This is one of the first times I've seen Team McCarville actually change turns to throw the guard. Most of the teams are trying to go wider and wider and wider on the same turn as the rock they're trying to guard is. This is a good idea. It's a better path.
Think of me, Sarah. Oh, easy, guys, easy. Over and off. Whoa. Over and off. Go. Little. Sit. Nice. Okay.
Perfect.
Nice shot. Good shot. That's good, yeah. Nice shot.
Oh. This way. Soft nose. This way. What do you like?
Nothing.
Well, Team Canada with an early lead against Alberta, skipped by Shannon Kleibrink. Seeing her on the ice today for this final round robin game. The back has been bothering her, and so we've seen a lot more than expected of Heather Nedewin. They missed their opportunity to qualify by losing their 5th yesterday, and she'll make that hit and stick at the back to even it up. Olympic bronze medalist in Pinerolo.
Well, it's good to see her out there. You had to feel for her this week, not being able to lead her team after having a fabulous provincial run.
We have a few more options than
doing an out-turn split through that.
what we have right now. Yeah, like this curl.
So we need what? 13.8 out here?
But out here it might stay a little straighter for longer.
There's an awfully thin double for Carrie's next one that Krista McCarville has to be aware of.
I don't know. You guys see anything? We don't have much.
No, it does swoop in here. It's so high.
Straight draw.
We were just talking about the
Right
weight.
now, this, yes,
Although
I think
that's
so.
the problem. I'm going so far out. like 2 more feet out than what we had drawn to the button.
Guess on the weight,
So I need
way
to throw a
out
little
there.
more.
Yeah. Like, do you think more than 13.8?
I don't know. Probably.
13.5?
Be a little bit slower
if
here,
we
but
hit our
not a
red,
lot.
at least
It's,
we
you know,
get, like,
the ice was just
focus.
scraped. There isn't any frost. It's a morning draw. It's the fastest surface in the mornings.
You know, sorry, Russ, they can always watch if it hangs. They can maybe come in off their own, or the Northern Ontario yellow.
Yeah, the Yellowstone top 12. That's that little wick and roll in.
Yep. Line's good, yep.
Danielle
Yes,
Derry,
line.
Megan Kohler, Sharon Cormier calling line. And it won't come down for them. But now that stone could possibly be used.
Poker straight, hey?
It's not terrible.
No,
Where
it's
do you
not.
guys, was that back 12? Maybe
No,
through?
it's not T-line, probably.
No,
A
that was
bit
more
more.
than T. That bump
It
got
didn't
to
catch
T.
the curl
That
at
did
all,
not,
though.
no.
If
I mean, how do we guard that though? You know what I mean? Like, how do
Carrie
I
wanted
guard
to
that?
say best of luck
Yeah, I
to
thought it
her
was
daughter
more.
Sydney, who is playing in
Sorry,
her
that's why I was
first
yelling. I thought it was
school
huge and it didn't.
tournament today. So Mom says
you don't
good
ever
luck.
hit it,
We
just
can
nose
I
it.
can nose it.
Yeah.
Would never want to.
Krista would like to pretty much show the guard on this because that's, but it's impossible, I think, to get there with a guard, so maybe the hit's easier.
Right?
Definitely.
Maybe let's go a 9.
9?
Yeah, it seems to be warping. I would hate to throw 9.5 and
Yep.
over curl, right? Nine. Okay. We'll shoot a 9.
Okay. On the nose?
Yeah.
Krista McCarville. And her
Nine.
last
Whoa.
after scoring 3 in the first.
9. Yep. Whoa. Yes. Yes. Hard.
Very nice to avoid making contact with that stone T-line edge of the 8.
Good shot.
You don't know if you hit that thick enough. It may have scooted over and caught shot rock.
Just barely, or maybe not anymore. It was 2. Peel.
Run that
Like you do
through,
feel, I don't
thread
need
the
to show
needle
you.
through the 2 yellow. Try to
like
sit for
normal.
2.
Okay.
The longer the raise, obviously, the more difficult these
normal.
become.
Okay.
I don't need, yeah.
Any slight angle deviation just gets
Run
magnified.
straight, right?
I think so, yeah.
The danger
Well,
here,
look back up
Cheryl,
here,
is
though,
that red, you hit it right where the broom is, goes onto the center yellow. If it ever comes back in, it's a steal of 5.
Final stone. Shot rock back 4. Cormier lining it up all on its own. Come up, run it back. Uh-oh, watch out, watch out. And bump it up and not quite far enough. It'll be a steal of 1 for Northern Ontario, sitting back 4. They have a 4-0 lead. It's the final day. Round robin play. "44 curlers started the week with a chance to drive away in an all-new 2017 Ford Escape SE in the annual Ford Hot Shots competition. That number cut down to just 2 in the final, a Battle of Ontario. Teammates Rachel Holman against Emma Miscue. And the skip dominated the final, scoring a total of 21, including a brilliant 5 on the around-the-horn triple takeout. Ontario's Rachel Holman wins the Ford Hot Shots and a 2-year lease on a 2017 Ford Escape SE. Ah, yes, but the Hot Shots stumbled last night in that first-place battle with Manitoba. Michelle Englot scored 4 in the first and then basically rode that to a 9-5 win. So Ontario, Manitoba tied for first at 10-1. Manitoba, though, gets first place by virtue of that win last night. So they'll have the choice of color and hammer. Likely to take hammer when they meet in that 1-2 page playoff. Third place right now belongs to Team Canada. They're on the ice.
We got to go for line. I don't know. It'll be
And
back.
Northern Ontario trying to lock up the playoff spot and avoid a tiebreaker with Quebec. And Ev Belil from Mount Royal Curling Club in Montreal. She's finished, sitting at 4 losses, needs a loss by Northern Ontario to force that tiebreaker. As we welcome you back, it's draw 17, Friday morning, St. Catharines, 4-0. Northern Ontario after the steal of 1 and 2, and once again here in 3. It'll be the Territories that have last draw. They have the Hammer playing the Red Storms.
It's nice.
It's already nice.
Team Northern Ontario has listened to your keys because we watched them almost lose to Nova Scotia because they kept it pretty simple. And the whole sport is about degree of difficulty, putting enough pressure on your opponent. Team Galusha is 54% so far because they've had so many tough shots.
Right.
As boring as those keys were, they,
at least there
they
was
fell asleep listening to them. But
oh, I just can't do the cheesy keys sometimes.
What cheesy?
Some of them.
A lot of thought goes into that cheese. Russ and I, steam is coming out of our ears. We're thinking so hard.
Yes, that took hours to create.
Creative juices this early in the morning. It's not easy.
Stem. Line's pretty tight on this. This is gonna go.
Derry.
Yeah, it's hard, Meg. Okay, we're okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Really tight on that. Okay, that works, Danny.
Curled maybe a little too far. Let's take off the dangerous guard first.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh, Sarah.
Oh. And they're going to get their own.
Oh my God.
So what's this path,
We
guys?
saw that earlier in the week.
This path is a 14.
Ashley Sipola, every once in a while, just overthrowing it.
We did, and I think it's just, honestly, I think more than anything, it's a mental letdown. You know you're going to be throwing big weights, so just she has a little set on her intern. It's a little back motion, and with that kind of weight, no chance. And maybe for Krista, if she knows that's a tendency and that's part of your skipping, maybe you need to put the broom down the middle. If you've seen that happening all week as a trend, instead of trying to fix it out here, because that's not, maybe at night you can go out when you have time to practice, but mid-game, just ice her tighter.
That's good skipping, Cheryl. You're right. Just help her out. That's what your job is as a skip. Just move that, sneak that broom in an inch. Pick up that tendency.
See my chain?
Another chance.
Clean.
Kendra Lilly this time.
Whoa.
Get rid of that corner.
Clean. Clean. I'm just going to leave it. Good. Nice, Kendra.
And Ashley's defense, I mean, Kendra threw that very well, and that still barely came up. It's a really straight spot.
Yeah, they might be still taking a little too much ice there.
Up here.
You like the ice the way you've seen it so far? We're in the third here, Russ.
Well, 93% Northern Ontario like it. Yes, the ice looks fantastic. The curl's always been there, but it's like got a little inconsistent sometimes with the frost. It's perfect.
And I tell you what, again, can't say enough about Dave Merklinger and the ice crew. Some 20 people who have come from across the country. They really did. You talk about a relief pitcher and the save. They came through with a day-long save yesterday. It could have been just a big Scotties pool party. Really, they were terrific.
There's another example of the ice that slows down last night. That rock stays probably T-line.
You even see it now on the action on the stones in the rings. They're springing off each other again. But that's also an adjustment that you have to make, Cheryl. And right there's an example. Megan Kohler not pulling back and not realizing that the ice is different.
No, it is, and there are so many things out here. But as the week, at this point, you should know that this is game 15 for one team, game 11 for the other, and you've been out here long enough, and the communication between the players and what you talk about at once the game is over at night. Those are all things that you learn as you go. And Krista's talked about this all week, that they haven't been at their best, but they're talking, they're learning, they're trying to improve every game. And
Well then.
Back there. It's definitely back.
You have to use the back red.
Yep, Danny, Sharon. Whoa, no, we lost that. Okay, it's good.
Okay, that's where they were.
Should go pretty hard.
So
Here.
mine shouldn't go quite as much.
I also think, Northern Ontario didn't look as comfortable at the early half of the week, and I think it was also because they suddenly were one of the favorites rather than last year when they showed up here. They were kind of an underdog, and they just went about their business, and that brings another distraction for the players.
Well, that's why she was saying earlier that they had something to prove. Not necessarily to themselves, well, maybe. But they just so people didn't think that last year was a fluke.
Yeah. And that, Vic, in itself is your own distraction you've created. So that's something else you have to deal with. So there's internal and external distractions, and ones you can manage.
Take a look. Not curling yet.
Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, Labrador. We already told you that it's been a great week so far for Newfoundland and Labrador. Stacey Curtis, best ever performance, 4 wins as she plays Mary Manitoul out of Windsor.
And Stacey does lie too. Her final stone was trying to go to the top 4 to lie 3 and really make this draw tough for Mary. She came short and was a guard, and so there is quite a bit of backing for the team from Nova Scotia.
No line yet. Yep. Line's getting better. Yep. Make sure we're here.
Been a difficult week certainly for Mary Manitoul.
Yep, now you can go.
Comes in with a record of 2-8.
But what great training for her seniors.
Yes, absolutely. From here, they'll go on to the Canadian seniors, and that'll be a draw for the point to even it up.
Does it look like we can get to the face of that rock?
You know, I didn't look.
Pretty straight there.
You might be able to cross over.
Okay.
You're thinking the hit instead of the guard.
No, I'm thinking crossing it. I can see like almost all of it, 3/4.
You want to try it?
I think it's worth it. We're down 4. Might be.
Yeah. Do you want to go down and give her ice?
It will. What do you think?
The inside, kick it
I don't
out
mind
that
it.
way.
Some throwback line.
Stay here. An arrow to Krista McCarville. You might score 3.
I
Such a high guard. I think we can cross it.
Okay.
like to see Carrie going down. I was afraid she was going to ice it from the other end and not come down, but she's going to come down and take a look. It's easier to put the broom down when you're in the house, knowing what paths you've seen.
This play dictated by the scoreboard, do you think, Russ?
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, you've got the easiest one in the world, but is one going to be good enough against a team that's curling in the 90s?
So Megan's
good spot here,
That's a great call.
Yeah, like when Chris.
The other way to play it would be to hit the top and roll over into that area. There's a great angle of it. You only see half of that. So it tells you how perfect the weight control has to be and how close you have to get to that actual corner guard to make this thing happen.
We're bored. Danny.
Board's not good. They wanted less.
Hard reach. Hard. Go, go, go. Yes. Yes, hard, Danny. Hard, Danny.
Gonna get her across the nose too. And they can't. So it'll jam at the back. And they are not the shot rock.
Wow, line would have been really good if I hadn't overthrown that a little.
Yeah, it was, because it was close with that weight.
Sorry. Just
okay.
overthrown that.
Yeah, just a bit
line
slow.
was perfect. That was
line
totally
was
there.
really good, yeah.
It's speed control. That's all that's really been off for this team. And, but I think it's you can see the growth in the Territories team, Cheryl, by even seeing that shot.
Right, yeah, exactly.
No, I said 8.5 now.
Oh, okay.
No, I was showing you where I took for peel.
Oh, yeah. No.
Can only imagine this team with, you know, more games, more opportunity to travel and play.
Like 8.5. I mean, if we peel it, we peel it.
There seems to be some inherited talent in that family.
Yeah, you think?
Like for the peels, I'm taking it almost edge around.
I know, so that's why I'm just like 8.5 is.
Yeah, I think I like 8.5,
Okay,
not 9.
Looks good. Whoa! Maybe even closer. Whoa!
9.
Ash! Hard!
Okay, you got it, you got it.
Hard! That would have stayed there.
This should run good, right?
Yeah.
So we'll face 3 with her last.
Okay. Just easy. Control.
Should stay
This
straight
isn't
here.
going to go crazy, yeah.
Kind of wait.
Just control.
Okay.
This should run pretty nice here.
Okay, you got it. Let's go. Yep.
Easy.
Hard.
Whoa.
Just clean.
Easy.
Just hard. Just clean. Just clean.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Danielle Derry
Clean. Clean.
will take it all the way down, and they'll sit there. Top edge of the 8. Center line for a single. Territories are on the board. World Junior Curling Championships continue in Korea. Test event, of course, for the next year's Olympics. Kristen Streifel and her Canadian Championship team from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton as they play the hosts Korea. And they go on to a 7-5 win in the 3-4 game. So congratulations to them. They will now move on and they will play Scotland coming up later. So a win for Streifel. Just to update you, if you weren't aware, yesterday Tyler Tardy and his Canadian Championship men's team from the Langley and Royal City curling clubs, they were eliminated in a tiebreaker. So the Canadian women are on to the semifinal, Kathy.
Well, I talked to my brother this morning from Korea. He, of course, is the coach and the dad of the the Tardy boys. And one of the comments that he made, obviously very disappointed that Canada did not get to the podium. But he mentioned that he was talking to Bob Ursel, who is working with the Korean men's team, and they are using the ice in the building this week. They have flown over Steve Laycock and his team to commit to play 2 games a day against the Korean men's team all week on that ice to prepare for the Olympics. And one of the comments that Bob said to my brother is that the world is getting smaller and Canada's now at risk.
Well, the other thing is, I mean, about that facility, remember we had a chance to see Hans Vutre at the Skins game in Banff a couple of weeks back. And he's making the Olympic ice. He's making that ice. And in talking with Rick Lang, Jeff Stoughton, who just returned from Korea doing a scouting trip over there, that facility may need to go through some rebuilding. They've had a bad settling of the floor, and apparently there are many cracks. And there is there's urging that the Olympic Committee there rebuild the floor prior to the event. But there is lots of Canadian coaching, Kathy, right now. Peter Gallant is also over there,
He
of
is.
course, PEI champion, Canadian mixed champion. He's working with the Koreans. An update for you. Here are the reigning champions, Chelsea Carey.
And Chelsea elected to take some risk in this end. There was a biter at the back and tried to freeze down. It did not work for her, and that is now why she is forced to take one, needs probably almost 3/4 of her stone in the house to get shot.
Comes in with 2 losses. If she should lose a third and Northern Ontario go on to win, the defending champions would be ranked 4th in the playoffs. There's your single.
I guess the floor, I was talking to Patty Wuthrick, and the floor is so bad in Korea that once this is done, they're going to jackhammer it out and redo it all over.
That's the urging. That's what they've said. They're urging them to do it at great cost because they've just had a bad winter and it's not settled very well.
No. Well, and I guess because it's uneven, then they have issues with the temperature because the ice doesn't freeze at an even level, so a lot of issues.
But we need to take a page out of that, I think, Vic, with what Korea's doing to have Steve Laycock come all the way over. And that's how important it is. We've talked about it every event we do, that how, the Eastern teams don't get used to the ice fast enough. That's what you have to do to get better. Play on the type of surface, replicate that surface you're going to need to play on at the Olympics.
Make it good, guys. Top 4.
We gotta go again.
Oh, hard. Line's really good.
Hard. Less than last one.
Hard. Early?
Yep.
Oh, okay, leave it. Leave it. No, leave it. Okay. All right.
And we mentioned, Shannon Kleibrink. Yeah, she
I think it goes on.
comes out of the game now, and you wonder if, in fact, we may not see Shannon Kleibrink playing at the elite level anymore. She'll give way to Heather Nedwin. Shannon in her 5th Scotties. Lost that final to Jennifer Jones back in 2008. Of course, Olympic bronze medalist. She takes a seat beside Susan O'Connor. You're a former 3rd. And when you think about it, we've talked about Shannon. She lost 2 other Olympic trial finals. She could have very easily have gone to 3 Olympics, not just 1.
Oh, she could, and she'd do anything to still be playing out there. It's not because of lack of desire.
She's physically unable. The back has been such a problem.
The Olympics she did go to, we were lucky enough to be in the same one, and what a fabulous curler and great person, and just made it so much easier for our team too. Just a team player.
That's why everybody, that's why everybody has such a struggle leaving this game, because of the people.
It's so true.
It's you meet some great individuals along the way.
Okay. Nice and tight,
It's
though.
really nice. I'm just underthrowing them.
It's probably
Okay, make sure this is nice and
the
tight.
one thing you hear from most athletes when they retire. What are they going to miss? They're going to miss the other athletes. They're going to miss the locker room, the camaraderie.
Well, and even all the friends you make with the umpires and the crew, the TV crews, and it's a tough game to walk away from because you play it so long, and you meet so many people and create such great friendships.
I'm not going to miss your keys to the game.
Oh, very good.
You,
very good. You're just on fire. Well, I tell you, I'm trying to think when was the last time. I have to look up here because I put it in my card. 2005 was the last time I saw Mary Matitol. Okay, so we're talking 12 years. Okay, I see her walk into the building, and it's like it was yesterday. Now we've both gotten a little more senior.
Did you guys recognize each other?
Yes, we did. We still recognize each other. But the point is that you see the people along the road, and it's like it's family.
It is. I'm going back to the room to work on my keys for tonight.
That's right.
Northern Ontario leads at 4-1 as we play here in the 4th, trying to avoid a tiebreaker. If they lose, they would have a tiebreaker with Quebec. And have Belleil, Northern Ontario with Lastrock. They have the Hammer playing the Yellowstones, and they are sitting 1 and covered. Top edge of the 4.
Okay. Okay. Not awful.
Yeah, because we have to get
Yeah.
out eventually.
Yep.
In her second Scotties, back-to-back for this Northern Ontario team.
Lead.
Kendra Lilly, 4 times she was a Northern Ontario junior champion. I know you you like her game. She's very talented for us.
Oh, well, first it starts with the technique, and you know we've talked about Earl Morris and the Holman team over the years. The technique in this team is incredible. But maybe more so the two we're just looking
But I
at
mean,
there.
if we
That
can cut there, what does she do?
it's that solid
getting
balance. You know, my dad always used to say to me, under pressure, your technique
She will.
can help you, and they're under
I
pressure.
mean, unless she plays it that way.
But the team
do you
demeanor,
guys
it's
wanna-
a
do you wanna
really
try
cool
that one
dynamic,
more?
this
Just
team. If you
forward.
watch
That was my first thought.
Kendra and Krista, they just stand there
Pardon?
and watch the game.
This
They
was
don't
my first
yak
thought.
and talk
Yeah.
and get
We're
in each other's
there.
way. They're focused.
I mean, she can play that though.
I think when we see them at their best is
You
when
could play it
Krista's
now, too,
leading.
right?
There's not a ton of input from the other team, and she's even said that that's when she plays her best. So
Oh, we've missed it.
just let her lead the team and pick your spots as the 3 in front as to when you want to say anything and give input.
Normal.
Yep.
It's pretty businesslike for them, isn't it? Without being, you know, they're just good friends, but
No timeout from
just-
John?
No.
Okay.
bad input when they
I
need
don't know.
to.
We've missed that draw like 4 times. I don't know. If we can get it back there, it's really tough on her, but if I miss it, we're giving up a deuce.
Yeah. I don't mind this.
And
So we
that's
gotta
game.
just bounce these really far apart, hey?
Yeah.
How far apart are they? Like a foot?
They're not like
Okay. And what's our weight?
normal.
Okay. Okay. You got it. Let's go.
Trying somehow to make the run back and save
normal.
both Reds into a position that there isn't a double.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa. Megan, yep.
Megan, yeah, go.
To get a lot of spring on the shooter.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, nice shot.
Just hit 2 without last rock here in 4.
Sorry, I was trying to get out of your way.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Not up though. Okay.
Carrie Galusha's made so many good shots, really good shots. Her percentages doesn't really show it because some of them are unmakeable.
Yeah, she's forced into it. But that's the thing that
9.
also scares
Sorry.
a team and a skip like
Did you say
Krista
9?
McCarville.
9,
She
yeah.
knows what Galusha can do at any given moment. She's been perfect so far. Krista McCarville throwing a perfect game at 100% as she gets ready to throw her first here in 4.
Well, you add to Carrie's talent, too, that she has nothing to lose this game. That's a
Just 9.
scary combination to play against.
Yep. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Just 9. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Roll it, Sarah. Whoa. Good shot. Really nice.
Rolls it underneath.
Nice shot. Roll too far.
Best you could do.
Again, it's that controllable weight
Yes.
that you always talk about.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
That's the
So
one thing
nose,
I
or we
would
bouncing them?
suggest
Well, a bounce
Cheryl
would be
maybe
nice,
is
but-
missing from the Galusha game. It's still,
Little less.
because of the fact they don't play quite as much, there's where
Really
maybe
nice
the
weight
game
last
could
time.
be improved. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
That
that's all.
they
Girl,
still
yeah.
tend to want to throw things up a little bit.
You saw it about, I'd say 5-6 years ago, where the teams started to move away from the 9.5 weight. But what happens with that is you got to look at a lot more ice, so you have to get used to that visual.
Yep.
And if you're not comfortable with it and you try to call that, you start to direct the stone.
Hard, lead up.
Hard, you got it.
Hard. Keep
Go,
coming.
you got it. Go.
Whoa.
Wow.
I didn't expect that. Thought we had it.
Get my foot underneath.
I'll try.
Yeah, that's a game 15 slide. A little tired, I think.
I think you and I talked about that. I think it was 3 years, the first year probably that I was with you, that we really noticed the men's teams had brought the weight down so much, brought in the sweepers. They're throwing a 10.5, which would be maybe a board. And the women's team, same thing, and getting more out of every shot by doing so. The visual is different, though, and you have to be really comfortable doing it.
But don't you think, too, if you don't play a lot, if you put the broom in the middle of the rock and throw it real hard, you're going to make it. But what are you going to do with the cue ball? What are you going to do with that roll, your rock? And you're right, all the teams, and I think this field especially, I see a lot more soft shots being made, and that's a good sign.
Final stone drawing for a couple. Northern Ontario here in the fourth.
I think you can clean it. Yeah, she is. Nice, Krista. Nice shot, Krista.
Very nice as they take advantage of the miss by Galusha. Pick up 2 more. And that saw you here is Team Quebec at the hotel.
You guys started cleaning off. I had 85.
Ah, that's a familiar face. Earl Morris is here, the longtime coach, of course, of Rachel Holman. Been involved with his son's team, of course, John, for a number of years. 3 different provinces he represented at the Brier: Manitoba, Ontario, and Quebec. If I'm not mistaken, those are the 3. Memory serves me. He also, talking with the Ontario team, is welcome back on this Friday morning to St. Catharines. And this final round robin draw, Northern Ontario very much in control right now, up 6-1 over the Territories. A win will guarantee them a spot in the Final 4. A loss would bring Quebec into play, and they would have a tiebreaker for that final spot. But the Ontario team telling me, Rachel Holman's team saying earlier this week that while he may not be part of the team anymore, he still is in contact with them. And what he really, again, it goes back to what your dad said, and a little bit old school, of course, starts with the delivery and your mechanics. And that is what Holman has built her championships on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Earl deserves a lot of credit, and not just for what he's done with Team Holman over the years, but the whole Ottawa area. That the Ottawa curling clubs are flourishing. They're growing. Their memberships are going through the roof. I did a clinic last year at a brand new curling club, and where some of the areas aren't growing, and part of the reason is that guy right there, Earl. He's got the biggest junior bonspiel in the world. Earl organizes.
Really hard. Go, Kendra.
Does a lot.
Go. Okay.
Well, and even the success of Team Holman has created that buzz too. Kids go, hey, I want to get into this. It's, they follow their idols. Northern Ontario talks about that with Jacobs. There's just, these teams don't realize the impact they have on juniors coming up that really want to play, and because they see the success these teams have.
He did a pretty good job on that son of his too. Which we'll see next week,
From
Johnny.
BC now.
Yeah, true.
T-line, T-line.
Throwing second stones, Danielle Derry. The Territories with Last Rock. Playing the Red Stones here in 5. We did a little eavesdropping on the Territories team and Coach John Epping between the game. And
right back. Go, Sharon. Hard.
It's right now about getting 2 to try and be down just by 3 at the break if they can. Emphasized again the draw weight and how important it is, and it's something that
I don't know if it's pushing it out.
he has stressed to this team all week.
Is it there this way, Chris? That thin on the yellow on this side? Is that
this
there?
one's a little further.
I know, that's why it's...
But look on the trying.
An update for you. Team Canada against Alberta, with now Heather Nedowin throwing the skip stones, 4th stones.
Well, you might as well try, right? Yeah. Try it.
I have watched Heather a lot this end, and she keeps going into the slide pose, trying to stretch out. And on her first one, she flashed a hit to lie 2, and Chelsea Carey able to tap back and does lie 2 right now. Heather trying to throw back 12 weight to get through the hole and down to the 2 shot stones.
Back edge of the 4, that's where they're sitting at the moment. Team Alberta will not be in the playoffs at that 5-loss mark. And very nice. Last time 5 losses got anything was back in 2007 in Lethbridge when there was a 3-team playoff. This year, 4 losses may not get into the playoffs.
Well, we were talking last night too, Vic. If Krista goes on to win this game, if she had won one more game during the week, 3 losses wouldn't have got in.
Which is incredible.
You've got a little more line. Whoa, guys. No.
More weight.
More weights?
Yeah.
How much more?
Not that much. No, it's same
Okay,
as
it's
that.
coming.
Freeze.
Megan
down.
in.
It's coming
Go,
down.
Meg. Yep. Yep, Megan.
Move.
Go hard. Hard. Hard, Meg. Go, 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 go. Good.
That came
Nice
down,
shot.
Carrie.
Very nice. They're listening to John Epping on the Don't Be Deep.
So there's draw weight.
Okay.
You know, that's something to build on for Carrie, because there's with the new format next year, they're all but guaranteed being in.
8.
So they don't have to play the 4 extra games to, you know, they can be working on some of these soft shots and come out fresh, play 11 games like everybody else, and have a real good shot at the playoffs.
Like the same thing.
Yeah, half buried.
Pretty good path here, Meg.
Okay.
Well, that was really what John was trying to impress upon the front end, especially was the setup shots. Throw it short, then at least Meg and Carrie can do something with it, but you put it back house and
It'll go at the end.
you can't bring it back up.
No.
No, not yet.
Right to
Come
it.
Close.
No.
Can't touch it if we don't have
No,
to.
no, no.
It's coming down nice.
Well, they're going to wrap another one around here. Sure enough.
Throw
Okay.
Megan.
It's good.
So here's what Russ was referring to. Pre-qualifying tournament goes away. And next year at the Scotties in Briar, there will be 16 teams. Every association across the country will be in, including a Team Canada and the 16th team. That we're not sure yet what Curling Canada will determine there. And they'll play in 2 8-team pools, and then the top 4 teams in each pool will advance to the championship round.
Okay, whoa, that's fine.
Now, there's been a few different discussions on the 16th team, maybe Canada Cup winner, maybe top on CTRS. So
Do you like here?
Yeah, I like
I
that.
mean, you can roll either way. This is really good, though.
Yeah.
Okay, 9-5, guys.
9-5. Yeah. Okay, Megs, let's go. So come up, Sharon, so stay close, hey.
Yeah!
Hair up.
Yes!
Weight's good.
Reach.
Hard.
Reach.
Whoa.
Right there. Whoa.
Yep. Keep going. We're nose.
Got it. Sit right there.
It's a little tight on that.
What weight was that, Care? Was that here?
I guess I could have just left it.
That's better, I think, than
We
if
know
we leave her the hit and roll.
we give her a
though.
hit and roll. Yeah. Okay. Let's go
This
just
should
9 and a
go.
half.
Hard
Well,
not
this
to
is
give
a-
her
oh,
a
yeah,
hit and
that's
roll.
true.
Even off the top
9
one's
and a
already a
half.
hit and roll there. Just make it go away, sit 2. The hit and
roll
roll is
half on
much
yours
harder
and
than
then
the
the
straight
double and
comer
put her
on when
that
you
way.
have ice
Yeah.
this good, this much finish.
9 and a half. Roll under a yellow. Under our yellow. Okay.
Then they had hitting that shot, second shot, so we had to roll it somewhere to force her to get her that second.
Nine and a half.
Whoa!
Whoa, Sarah.
Whoa!
Krista McCarville.
Anything, Sarah?
No, nothing.
Okay, 9-2.
Ah, maybe a little. 16th of a turn towards center line. But
Yeah,
they
I
are
think so.
sitting
We gotta
2.
stick it, right?
Yep.
But be a little aggressive,
Okay.
because it'll go at the end.
yeah, just talking about the anticipation that Sharon can call it early because Carrie knows it's going to curl at the end and finish. She can't wait or you'll lose it.
Try to roll it.
A 9? What weight are we thinking?
A 9.5.
Okay.
It'll go hard at the end.
Yeah.
And which way are we taking this roll?
Your way.
My way?
Just take mine back there.
Okay.
Let's make it.
Yeah, you got it, Carrie.
Normal.
Yep, we're a 9.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Never.
Gonna come up enough?
You're all.
Oh no. And out it goes.
Gave it the college try, though. You know, that's like you say, you normally knows those.
Is it up a little bit?
Nope. I thought it was pretty close.
Okay. Sorry. Good call. Was I up a little?
9-2.
Oh, a little bit.
Nova Scotia has picked
More on the
up
high
1
side,
in
though.
5. So they're all even with Newfoundland Labrador at the break.
I don't even mind a hair more.
Tough little draw
Right,
here.
so
Should be
basically
nice.
right beside
Yeah.
them,
Right.
so there's no double.
Yeah. Should be nice weight here, like what you threw 2 ends ago to the wing.
Probably like a 95.
Yeah.
95. Okay.
90,
So,
95.
Let's make sure we're second. Okay.
Top 12, it'll be wide open hit for 2. T-line will be a double for 2. So they have to get the speed just perfect.
Gotta bite the 8. Line's good.
Sipola and
Hard.
Potts
Going sideways.
pick her up early.
Help, Kendra. Hard.
Kendra Lilly now.
hard,
You heard the
hard.
call. Come on, Kendra. We need you here. Oh boy. Look at that. Now you're given your opportunity here.
And it ran really nice. I like the same. Okay.
The whole talk
Just
between
here.
the ends was if we can just get 2. And here's their chance for the Territories.
Yeah, I like this turn better. It runs nicer.
What are you throwing, like a 9-5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just easy. This is the straighter.
Yeah. Let me know if you need me to go in.
Hindsight, McCarville,
Yeah,
wrong
it'll be
choice
fine.
of
Makes no
shots
she has to,
in
hey.
hindsight, Cheryl.
No.
Well, I just, I was looking at maybe she asked herself for a really tough shot where I think you could have maybe just played back 8 foot, take a bit more ice, and then the slash double would be not there because Carrie would roll out. I just think that was a tough freeze to freeze on the corner second shot.
Draw to the back 8 foot.
Yeah, yeah.
And a little more ice. Yeah.
Yeah, give yourself an easier shot.
That was the problem. She was aiming at a small square there.
Chance for 2 here. All important to Danielle Derry. Trying to hold the line. And bang. And away it goes.
Swept really hard for essentially no.
So the Territories will pick up 2. Taking advantage of that McCarville mistake. We're midway through.
The 2017 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere.
We're midway through this all-important game for Northern Ontario, realizing if they win, they will be in a loss, and they would be forced to play a tiebreaker with Quebec. 6-3 they lead at Krista McCarville from Thunder Bays with Brian.
So remember last year, the Scotties, you were known as that team to really come on strong in the second half of games. This year, really strong in the first half of games. Sitting back to that first end, got to feel good to crack a big 3 early.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is a really important game for us. So any points that we can get on the board is, a bonus.
Tell me about the last 24 hours. I know ice conditions, they've come around. They're great now. You guys had drug testing late last night. How proud are you of the girls for responding and coming out in a great game today?
Yeah, definitely. It was unexpected last night. We weren't really thinking about that, and it was a later night for Sarah. She got back to the hotel a little bit late, but she's playing well, so that's all we can ask of her.
You want to peak towards the end of the week. Do you feel you guys are doing that?
Yeah, I feel like we're picking up on the ice really well. You know, we're adjusting to the changes that's going on the ice, and I think that's all we can ask for.
Good luck. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Well, the numbers really do reflect the score when you consider the stolen point in the second. We said McCarville was throwing a perfect game. Well, she's down to 90% right now, while the back end of the Territories team, Megan Kohler at third and Carrie Galusha, the skip, are both at 63%, down by 3 when we pick up play in 6. The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
The 2017 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. By Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years. And by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
We are in St. Catharines on this drizzly, dull kind of day. Feels like spring, but not quite. Meridian Center in St. Catharines. Well, 11 years ago. Whoa. Yes, look at that, eh? To win the Olympic gold medal, Russ and Team Guju. Memory will never, ever go away. Of course, those hats can go away anytime soon, I tell you what. But, and of course, we will see Team Guju when we are in St. John's in about a week's time. March 4th, it all starts at Tim Hortons Briar. And this is something I know that the Team Guju was hoping for. I don't know if Brad ever thought he'd get a chance to play for a Briar at home, but he will this year. And we are so looking forward to it. What a wonderful field it is. And there you see the 4 teams that will be involved in that pre-tournament qualifier to fill out the team and the field of 12. 11 years ago today, gold for our partner Russ.
Thanks, Vic.
Welcome back here, 6-3. And in this 6th, Northern Ontario will once again have Last Rock. They have the Hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Whoa, yep. Whoa, yep. Maybe a little firm. Whoa.
And they finished that, finally did finish Russ Howard Street in Moncton, did they?
Yeah, it's no longer a dead end. Thanks for asking, Vic.
Honest to goodness, I'll never forget that. Vic, you got to go out and shoot Russ's street. Okay, so we go out to do the little feature on your street, and it was a dead end. Honest to goodness, Cheryl. We laughed. We went, really? It goes nowhere. It goes nowhere.
Kind of a Freudian slip there, isn't it?
Yeah, it was, oh my goodness. Gold medal winner, dead end.
It's hilarious.
Funny stuff. I tell you, I mean, for us to go to the Briar in St. John's, and it is, to use the cliche, the hottest ticket. There are no tickets. People have committed. They're going for the entire week. And that first day, every day, of course, the focus will be primarily on the team from Newfoundland and Labrador, Brad Guju. And that's something he's going to have to deal with. You know what? That added pressure.
Oh yeah, it's the adrenaline, and you know, Brad's been through it all. Obviously, Brad and Mark to win the gold medal. The front end hasn't been quite in that type of pressure cooker, but to be in Briar finals and semifinals, and they'll be fine. They will, but you're right, Charles. It's a different feeling, isn't it? You did it in Calgary at the Olympics in Vancouver. That the place goes bananas, and to be able to back that off mentally and be able to get back in the zone, that's not easy.
Well, to be the hometown, that's exactly, and for them, it's the distractions of all the people, which they'll love coming up to them, and you're constantly, I'll be surprised they even stay at the feature hotel.
Hit this one into that one. No, I don't like it.
And I'm pretty sure they'll have fake noses and mustaches on too, because
security guards.
Oh my goodness, the time commitment.
You can kind of crotch them.
will be upon those guys. It'd be crazy.
And Newfoundland Labrador, Uju will open against Alberta. On
Really?
the first draw, Brendan Botcher.
Botcher, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Alberta's got a new name at the Brier. It's not Kevin.
No, but there is a Martin on the team. of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
coach.
No, he's got his son there too, of course, right? Throwing the
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
8 stones.
Eric.
Yeah.
It's a nice young team. They've had a off year too. They struggled quite a bit. Came through when they had to.
Yeah, you kind of see that happening. Well, and brought in Darren Moulding, a new player, and that was late in their season.
2. Don't jump
Spreading
in.
a little. Halfway.
Might be tighter than 2. About a 3. Really close to 3 here.
She's really busting. Should dig.
Sit.
Okay, Megs. Good.
Good throw.
Yeah, not peel. Like there.
I would say Krista McCarville. It's hard to take a survey on. We haven't watched every shot of every game, but I would say they play the scoreboard as well as anybody. They take virtually zero risk when they're winning.
Yes! Hard! Go,
Kendra
Tara,
Lilly. Well, they're going to touch their own and push it through.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Update for you. In a 2-2 ties, they play 6, Team Canada and Alberta. And we said earlier this week about this Chelsea Carey team, not a lot of focus on them as the defending champions, but they're looking good.
They are. She got a little bit of a bit of a miscue on her first one, rolled too far to allow Heather Netawin to tap for 2, but Heather rolled away and didn't do that, and so this creates a new opportunity for 2, and that is taken advantage of.
Trying to avoid a loss here that would drop them possibly into a tie with Northern Ontario, and then they would fall to 4th overall. Right now they are sitting in that number 3 hole behind Manitoba and Ontario. So here's what we know. Manitoba, by virtue of that win last night, Michelle Englot will finish first. Ontario second. Team Canada right now in 3. You lose, fall back to 3 with Northern Ontario. And then, of course, Northern Ontario will be seated 4th. And, of course, Quebec is sitting there watching and waiting to see if, in fact, they'll be involved in a tiebreaker. But not right now with Northern Ontario leading 6-3 as we play in 6.
That looks like a good third. Okay. That one looks like.
Didn't ask for a better looking house for Northern Ontario. No center line guards open.
So we've had 6 rocks.
And then it'll be all or nothing.
Yeah, Carey's rolling the dice here.
Pretty fast.
Scoreboard related, mind you.
Cross it a little, I think. So now we're in a different path.
Felt pretty quick now.
Yeah.
It should still be relatively close.
Okay, let's go.
Three.
I don't think so. Really?
Can't touch it.
Where?
Lots.
How much?
Boy, oh boy, this
5?
is sliding down towards that other red one. Could
Coming
queue up
down
a
sideways.
pretty simple double here.
Still can't touch it, Sharon. It's really tight.
No, 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 no.
Really tight.
No.
Good thing that hit some frost.
Shoot. I thought a little more in. Be a little bit fresher. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Here?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we can hit roll here.
I guess though she could get shot by drawing around here after. Would be the only thing. Because if that one's shot, she either has to come around. And you have
She's doing this one on the next one, which is 4 foot. This one, if we even peel
I know, but
it,
then you'd
she
have a
gets
double.
here.
Would be the only thing.
Oh, so you like peeling?
No, I don't. It's just a thought.
You guys like going after this one?
I do.
And if you get the top one, that works too.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Let's go 9. That should be good.
I like it, don't you, Ash?
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Maybe if we peel it.
Chris is going to throw a 9. 9 means that it's a firm takeout. A firm takeout. You can't see a lot of this rock. There's an extremely good chance this will roll too far. Just to be critical, I'd love to see a little less weight here, Cheryl. You could throw a hack weight here. If you tick this one, you roll in. If you tick this one, you roll in. Either way, it's a good shot. A lot easier to make the shot properly if you throw the appropriate weight. I guess with a 3-point lead, just picking it out is fine too. You can look at it that way. But if you had to hang around, this is not the speed.
No.
Close. Yes.
Give it
Yes.
to the brushers.
Hard.
Krista McCarville right away. Potts, Sipola.
Hard. Hard.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
They do
fine,
tick
Chris.
over that guard, however.
She has to make
The harder you throw the shot, the closer you have to squeeze the guard, and that'll happen once in a while. Not all bad for Krista at all, though. Still got 2 in there. No danger of a steal at this point.
What timeout.
So timeout being called. Each team given 2 90-second timeouts. Sean Epping will make his way to the ice.
They are.
They are. What do you think about going around ours?
We thought if we just tapped
It's actually pretty close.
Is it? Well,
oh no.
So I mean,
It's them.
it's going to be it'd be hard to get shot. What do you think
Yeah,
about just?
well, I was just thinking if we could just touch it and sit 2 and then force her
Okay.
to. She'll probably hit, but.
Right. So do you
That's
think?
not what I
Do you want to make her take a run at the double and go back 8 behind hers, behind ours?
Sure.
Go back 4.
Yeah.
I mean, if our best chance probably steal is if she's going to take a run at the double, right?
Like, what's our best chance to steal?
It's
But-
probably her taking a run at the double, and if she either jams it or she, I mean we got
No, I
you know what I mean?
I said-
and,
yeah,
and,
I
and
said
it's
that to
probably and you
Sharon.
don't know we don't know much about this out turn.
No, I
so
know, I was
feel like your best chance is to make that. That's his best spot. You know it's going to come in across hard
So I could
across the
probably
line.
throw the same weight.
Well, a little more, yeah, but
A little more.
and then don't you think? I think we just get back to you and let her make a run at it. Maybe we cut your break and steal.
Sure.
You okay with that? And I think it's the best path we know.
Yeah.
Gives
What
us
are
the
you thinking for ice
it gives us the
here?
best chance.
Here.
Well, yeah, a little, yeah. That's yeah.
And time-wise, what are
It
we
will
Yeah.
swoop. Like that one just went sideways.
Yeah. So watch it. Well, it's gonna be as it hits that line. So right in here as it goes across.
So we
Okay.
thinking 14-4? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 15
Yeah.
on
Watch
four.
it. Yeah. Let's go. Just back T. Okay. Just back T.
15 on
Let's go, girl.
On that one.
Okay.
Cheryl, you like his thinking?
I do. That was kind of my first instinct.
Touched it the entire way down though. And
Come
go
back. You can be
top 12.
back 8 even and force
really, I
that
don't
double,
need a
which will be
lot
really
more.
tough.
I think maybe
And
like
that's where you can
2
get an
feet
opportunity
max.
for a jam.
Well, out of the 2 draws, which one do you know better? You know, Galusha said, I don't know how to get to the corner of that stone and tap it back. At least I know this.
Right, and she just threw this. So it's really just an adjustment to throw a little bit more weight. They know the line.
Yeah, but we didn't touch
Absolutely
it. Right?
brilliant from John, I think, because strategy is that way. It's if you make it, it's the right call. So why not play the one you know? And he basically, we really don't know that out turn that well.
Okay, let's
Really
make
good
it.
idea.
Yeah, you got it. Let's go.
But there will be a double here for potential 3.
Mine's good.
Take a look.
Curling now.
Yep.
Carbs.
It's going sideways.
Yep.
Yes.
Keep it up.
All right, keep it going, though.
Go, 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 go. You got it.
You know it's going to go. You're warned it's going to
Go,
go.
go, 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 go.
Anticipate it. Oh, and
Let it
now.
flow.
Do you know there? Okay. Let's go back to what we've talked about before, because they're in trouble now.
Need way more ice.
Yeah, but maybe not so much more ice. If you stay on that brushing,
Went straight sideways
you know
again.
it's going to break. You can't pick it up once it starts to bust.
You think?
If you brush it all the way, what do you think? They maybe drag it by.
I think what you can do too, Vic, is
Whichever
early
you'd
you
like
can
to throw.
change the break point. So if, as you said, you jump on it early,
guys think-
it'll
you
run a
guys like
completely
that?
different path and
I
you can
kind of
hold
like
it out.
it.
So
It didn't
totally
run
agree.
how that last rock ran.
But those are the things that you learn over time playing in an arena that you can actually do that with brushing.
Yeah, I think that was pretty. Let's go a little more. So we got to hit
There's
it
no
here.
way
right?
you're going to,
I mean, like just
once
off
it starts
nose,
to
get
break,
it.
you're not going to
just
pick it
off
up.
nose.
No, it comes warping off that center line and no chance.
What
Just
kind
a
of weight?
little off nose here.
A little more than my last one, 8.5. Okay.
Here's where you do want some speed.
Looks good.
Chris has recognized that. Going to throw it a little harder. Hair off center here.
final stone
Yep.
for Krista McCarville
Yep. Whoa. Yeah.
as she plays in 6.
Hard. Yeah. Whoa.
Bang, got them, and we'll sit there for 3 more. Nothing like 3 to make the moose loose. Update time for you, and we'll check in on Saskatchewan and Prince Edward Island.
It is that one that does belong to PEI. Robin McPhee guarding both the in-turn and the out-turn on her 2 stones. And so for Penny Barker, trying to throw tap weight and get to that shot stone and tap it back to bring a couple into play.
Disappointing week for the Saskatchewan champions out of Moose Jaw Ford Curling Center. And Penny Barker. Oh boy.
This time. 1 yellow.
1 yellow it is.
Yellow.
Prince Edward Island, Robin McPhee from the Charlottetown Curling Complex. Here on this Friday morning, the final draw of round robin play. Draw 17. Playoffs will start tonight. And a big 3. That's the second one they put on the board here in Northern Ontario. They opened with 3 in the first, another 3 here in 6 to extend their lead over the Territories, who will need a big comeback if they are to play spoiler and force Northern Ontario into a tiebreaker with Quebec. Here in the 7th, it'll be the Territories that do have Last Rock. They have the Hammer playing the Redstones.
Well, they've done all for Northern Ontario, all the things they needed to do in this game. They've put pressure on early. They've pushed a very tired Northwest Territories team. They've, made a lot of shots that have made their shots tougher. Everything. They played to win this game. They didn't come out here and try and run it up and down the sheet and keep it close.
Hard. Gotta go. Really hard. You're okay. Really hard.
Hold on, I don't think that's there. Okay. Never mind.
And the playoffs do start tonight, and it's the 1-2 page playoff, and it'll be Michelle Englot. After 7 years, 7 appearances for Saskatchewan, goes to Manitoba and has led the Granite Curling Club team into the playoffs against Rachel Homan, 2-time Canadian champion. 7:30 Eastern Time on TSN 1, 3, and 4.
It's pretty good. Try to get it a little, yeah, go Meg. Yep. Not great, but get it over. Okay.
We often say things will be a little different. That's, just the one sheet in play tonight. Total focus of attention.
Whoa.
It will be. It always changes when you get to that single sheet. And for Kate Cameron, it will be a different situation for her because it'll be her first time.
Kate Cameron throwing the 3rd stones for the Manitoba champions.
Didn't bother anything the other night.
No.
She played great. She's been solid all week.
Kind of took the crowd out of it in a hurry, which helps. That might not happen tonight, so they're going to have to deal with that.
Team Canada up by 2 and sitting 2, it looks like.
It is that Yellowstone, that one at the back of the 12-foot was the attempted come around by Heather Nedwin on her first slit, a little bit deep and over curled. And that allowed Chelsea to go in again, a little deeper than she wanted to be, but you are right, she does lie to.
It's just too bad that I'm getting better at this towards the end of the week. And
I'll be leaving today, so it's been a good moment.
Nice to share it with you too.
That's pretty good.
Somebody said to me, they said there, I don't remember, I never watched. Was there some count on, was it on the, some count?
Yes,
what
the
was
count.
It?
His name was the count.
Oh,
he loved to count.
Oh,
1, 2.
Oh, that's what it was.
Count.
Yeah, I get it now.
Count.
Didn't you ever watch Sesame Street?
No.
You didn't?
No. Well, I'm a little older for that. I don't think it was. I would have been like probably 16.
And you still didn't watch Sesame
No, I
Street?
didn't watch it, no.
That's how you learn to count.
No,
Right.
no.
Just pass 2.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you what I watched. Well, I was a Captain Kangaroo
Yeah, that should be
fan
okay.
back in the day.
Whoa.
See, that's how far back I go. Wow.
Good.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah. Watching my transistor radio.
Yes.
Yep, really hard. Hard! Clean.
And away goes that corner.
Good. Do you think it's still pretty quick here?
Well, it's going to be just a hair stiffer because we haven't played anything there, right?
Yeah.
Really only one hiccup from Krista McCarville, that draw that was arguably the wrong call. As you said, Cheryl, she could have put it back 8 foot and set up a tough double as opposed to trying to aim at a couple of inches of ice. Came up light, set up the deuce for the Territories, but other than that, they've been flawless.
Oh. Reading ice very well, and you know all these teams have had to adapt to the first day, and then the ice improved, and then they had some issues with the humidification. So a little bit of recovery for reading new ice every day that they come out here.
Sit down.
That would be any of it? Yeah, it's definitely just feel it. Go like 8.5. 8.5.
Looks like there's a dusting of frost this late in the game, but it obviously isn't doing too much to the stones.
From the hack? Almost all of it.
Oh, okay.
You got all of it.
Okay.
It's like an 8. Okay.
Here's a.
Maybe a hair more. Yep. Hard! Hard! Really hard! Hard! Right out, Sarah!
Well, Sarah.
Hard.
Okay.
She threw that hard, trying to roll right out.
Yeah, that needs a little bit of frost out there, a little bit of dust.
Curls, eh?
Yeah.
Nobody's been out that wide, really, have they, the whole
We were
game?
chatting paths for Megan's, and I
No,
thought
I
it would
don't
be a little
remember
bit
seeing
stiffer.
anybody
It's
out
not-
that
Oh,
far.
no, not in this spot.
No, but we haven't played this for an
No.
entire end. That's
Yeah,
why I
this
assumed.
spot's good though, Danny. 14-3-ish. Same
Yeah.
as
Okay.
start of the button.
Yeah, you got it, Carrie. Let's go.
Mine should run a little bit better than Megan's, a little straighter.
So this path is pretty normal from the beginning of the game. It's held up very well. Probably just as you curl out to the edge of the 12-foot,
Mine's
that'll
ready.
start to dig in.
Where? 8.
Running like mine. 8, 9.
Needs to curl.
It's coming down.
9. We're definitely back.
Can we go for line? Yep, Danny.
Yeah. Hard, Danny. Hard.
Whoa, Danny, no! It's coming out.
Well, it all gets underway a new NASCAR season with the Daytona 500 on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on TSN 1, 4, and 5. Congratulations to DJ Kennington, two-time NASCAR Canada champion. He and his all-Canadian team out of
exact same shot.
Gaunt Racing. They have qualified and they will start 28th. It's been a long time. The last Canadian to qualify for the Daytona 500. Do you remember him, Trevor Boyes out of Calgary? Does that ring a bell
I
to you?
do. That does.
Yeah, Trevor Boyes was the last, and that goes
Calgary.
back to, out of, I think, the late 80s. So congratulations to DJ Kennington.
Just like what? Do it on its own. Whoa, no. It's curling, but
Yeah, it's all there.
Oh,
never.
Just trying to get a piece of that red one.
Darn. Oh, 70.
What was that?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got her.
Kristen won't be happy with that one.
Just here.
Told me an 85-90, then they got an 80 and a 75, and actually won to sweep.
Do you think it's a habit you get into, the front ends? Let's pick on the front end, Cheryl.
Okay.
You just get in the habit of brushing sometimes. You just do it.
Okay, you got it.
Back me up here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I know a lot of front enders.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to leave you on your own there.
Well, one of the reasons we brush is because you're often light.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I thought you were leaving.
Not yet.
Don't stop, don't stop. Weight's coming off. Yep.
That's good.
Right to it. There's a little fight still left here in Miss
Pulled out of
Galusha.
my hand.
Picks up
It's
2.
taken, Megan. Sorry, Jen, I pulled out of my hand.
Quebec score. Come
So
on.
that's why I was like, hard.
Jump. Way to get 2 back.
Little damp. You know, at this time of year, usually they have that ice bridge that forms over the Niagara Falls. We'll go from one side to the other because of all the mist. And if it's cold enough, it freezes, and so you get that ice bridge. Amazing. But there you look at the Rainbow Bridge between the two Niagara Falls, Canada and the U.S. Jim Kimmel hosts the Oscars Live. It all starts Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on CTV. Territories pick up a pair in the 7th. But it's still Northern Ontario in control of the game as they lead it by 4 as we play here in 8. They also have the Last Rock playing the Yellowstone.
Oh, really? Was it hard, Danny? Hard. You got it, Danny. Hard. Come on. Really?
Wow, I really thought that was over.
I wonder if it's starting to frost up a little. Both lead rocks end up right on the hog line.
That's tough.
Northern Ontario has made a switch at the lead position. Sarah Potts is taking a seat, so Oisem Wanbrian is now in and throwing the lead stones for McCarville.
Good sweep.
She was an alternate a year ago as well.
It's always a little tricky picking a 5th player. Sometimes you think of that because your team plays all year as 4 of you, and you get that team cohesiveness and the chemistry, and then you bring in another player in just for an event like this, and they have to fit in really well, and they have to not affect what the 4 of you have created as a team. Pick your spots and help with management. I think they do a lot with the coaches, help with managing the team and appearances and all the distractions they have to deal with.
Okay, it's coming. Good.
Really nice weight.
Give it a little less ice. Let's try to cross it a bit.
We're a bit more.
Danielle Derry.
Except we're crossing it a bit, so I gave it a hair more.
Okay, whoa,
Only if
whoa,
you
it's
have
out.
to.
It's not.
Weight's good.
No. Clean it. Just clean.
Your hair more. Just a 2.
Go a little, Meg. Just try to cross center
As
a little.
they slow
Yeah,
down,
go.
they're really
Yeah,
curling
Carrie,
that
go,
little
Meg.
bit extra, maybe that
Yeah,
6
you're
inches
good. Go,
more.
go, go. That's good.
Both teams are
Give
going
it
to
a
have to
hair
keep an
more,
eye
is
on
what
it
you
here.
said. And then I got scared.
Well, if the ice does change a little bit, this is when you're happy to be up and hitting and not having to play the precise shots.
Yep. Yep. Clean. 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 Go.
time. Can you just hang on a second?
Sorry?
Yeah, that's... Hang on a second.
You know, as mentioned, this is a territories team that may be getting a little tired. You tend to want to make everything perfect. That hogged stone we saw from Sharon Cormier, maybe trying to just almost want to go down and place it there, Cheryl, right?
Yeah, and you really, when you get tired, you have to really go back to, you start to forget your routines, what you're doing.
That's good.
And that's when the outcome's affected. It's that mental narrow focus for when you throw the shot, and then you got to take a little bit of a break when you're not throwing, so you give yourself a bit of a letdown.
Yep, hard! Really hard. Whoa, hard on! Yes! We're nosy.
Kendra Lilly. No, oh. So we'll leave the center guard covering the 4, and a chance now for Galusha to go.
I mean, even if you're here,
Yeah, you see, it's, well,
yeah, okay, but
I mean, it's comfortable. You're up by 4, but the same token, you don't want to give them any chance.
Not at all, especially when Territories hog 2 rocks this end. Let them off the hook a little bit here.
where are you? Just at 4. Where? 4. Yep.
You know it's going to break.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. That's so great. Hard. 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 Hard.
Okay, just wrap it. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, boy, and wrap it. They do.
Sit. Stop.
Actually over curls a little bit.
Trio.
Saskatchewan has picked up 1 in 7, but still trail PEI.
Yep. Hard. 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 Gotta go, Ash. Really hard.
They could have taken on the double peel, but I like what Krista did there. Throw the exact same shot. They're up a bundle. Let Kendra have a shot to redeem herself on that exact same shot, just for confidence reasons.
There they are, the Northern Ontario fans. Yep, that's the moose call.
Yeah, and then it just
Sounds a little bit ill today.
I was going to say, yeah. That moose had a late night.
Yes.
Gotta make a good one.
All right.
Same speed, hey?
Yeah. Eight.
Oh, I don't know if it has that
7.
much.
Close. Close.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
line
we
only.
gotta go. Yes.
Line only.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Whoa. Line only.
Why is it? At the end, make.
No.
I think it's over curling.
Come out the other side.
A little bit, yep. Half a stone maybe.
Good.
Slips just back of the tee line, edge of the 4.
I thought we missed it again.
Maybe even more than that.
Thought we were gonna over curl again.
I know.
I was like, ah.
On ice with this much curl, the draws or the guards are really tough because they can over curl. It's all based on weight. Your guard over curls a foot because you throw that extra bit of weight, and the same with the come arounds.
Gotta peel it, I think.
She was only 10 the whole way.
Oh.
So I think we throw one
The guard.
top 12. Force her to
Play the run.
or do we just guard?
Clean. Yep. Clean. Nice throw.
Line's more important.
You're grasping here. Where do you go with this?
Well, they had a good little talk about it. Do we throw the guard or do we throw it in? I think in makes more sense because if Krista tends to take on the
It's a tight.
the draw, it's a draw against 2. You never know, and the ice is changing its shade. But you also heard them say line's more important. So if it starts starting to over curl, just get off and leave it as a guard.
I mean, I think I'm hitting no matter what.
There you go.
based on the score.
A lot less.
Weight's really nice. 3.
A lot less.
Mine's good. 3.
Mine's really good. Megan, you're gonna have to go, I think. Mine's really good.
Team Canada getting themselves set for the playoffs with a 1-point lead against Alberta.
And a chance for 2 really brought about by a great triple by Jocelyn Peterman on her second stone. And when Heather Nedwin was not able to roll under, this is an open hit for Chelsea for 2.
The defending champions, Chelsea Carey from the Glencoe Club in Calgary, winning last year but then failing to medal at the World Championships. And that will add 2 more. As mentioned, so much attention on Ontario and Rachel Homan this week, of course, playing here in Ontario. Team Canada sort of got lost early. They dropped that opener to Ontario, but then had rattled off 7 straight wins before dropping a second. This could be an interesting draw here. You got to get to full 4. Final stone on the way here in 8.
Mine's good. Help.
Brienne. Oh, Sipala. The help call has gone out. Here comes Lily. Got to get it to the 4. Now, did you overcook this? Wow, look at that. They did. Thanks. Oh. Not sure here. The help call went out as we welcome you back by the front end for Northern Ontario. And then look at that. Kendra Lilly comes out and they've overcooked this and away it goes. And Oisam Wambriand has come in and I'm not sure it was her that called and said help or it could have been Ashley Sipala, but they didn't need that.
No, and you've kind of lost the one player sweeper experienced out there that knows what the ice is doing and added somebody that really isn't familiar with it, so it doesn't help.
So a steal of 1 by the Territories here on this Friday morning. The Scotties from St. Catharines and the Meridian Center. And we go to the 9th now. It's a 3-point game. Northern Ontario leading, and they do have Last Rock playing the Yellowstones.
Same path. Okay, bud, let's make it.
Kind of chuckling to myself because I did the curling clinic, luckily enough, with Kendra. And one of the questions from one of the participants was, "Who are you?"
Okay,
that too.
Okay.
Yeah. How did he get in?
No, Danny.
Yeah, but
That's heavy.
the question was the effectiveness of the inside brusher to the second brusher, and Kendra said it's about 80-20, right? 80 for the closest brusher, 20 for the second person, and the third person does nothing. And in that particular scenario, she was the third person. She came running out. Somebody had to stay in the rings and actually look at that rock, and they just got fouled up a little bit. Obviously, with the 5th coming in, makes it a little bit tougher, but really no reason for the device in that case to come whipping out and help out.
Yeah, it's all there. Mine's good. It's all there.
2 centers go up from the Territories, trying to steal their way back into this.
Should I go back? I don't.
Nice shot.
What are we thinking?
I think in fairness to that draw for the front end for the
We want to be shot.
Northern Ontario was, we'd seen 2 hog rocks.
Corner is
They're talking a little bit about frost. It's down the slide path. You know, you can easily, you know, everything's a educated guess.
No, we're always talking about you have to anticipate.
Line's close.
Chance here, the sliding a little
What do
deep.
you have?
Little up. Here's really.
No, that
Where
looks
is
really
it?
heavy. No, we have nothing for line.
Tons of room. Tons. No.
Behind that one?
Sure, I don't know. No, no, no. No, no, no. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no, Sharon, no. Okay. Okay, way too much ice.
Okay. Right here. Yeah.
Not crazy, wait.
No.
We're a little easy.
Yeah, easy. No, 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 no. Okay. Fine.
She said just too much ice.
You do that really nice. I just had too much ice. Gonna give a little less.
That's a lot less. It's like 4 inches.
Is that more weight?
Right? No. I don't think so, Megan. Weight's good.
Looks like a bit more.
Looks like
Second
more.
chance down this spot.
Stay
A
close.
little bit heavy
Right
on the
here.
first one, but
Stay close. Line's getting better, but it's still got a curl.
makes such a
sure
difference
it's not,
with
Sharon.
the
Yep.
weight, and then you
Yes.
see this much finish at the end.
Go, 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 go.
A little overthrow doesn't even
Whoa, whoa,
get
whoa.
to the same spot.
Nice one.
Great recovery.
Nice, I got the same ball.
Got a PL.
Same
Whoa.
weight. Easy.
No, never, never, never.
You almost get the feeling for McCarville is you'd like to see her throw a draw before this game ends, Cheryl, and
Sorry.
get that memory back. You know, she's missed three
Bad
that
to worse.
almost missed the rings on the in-turn and a little heavy on the freeze in 9, and then the oversweep here in 10.
Yeah, you don't want to exit a game with that. Thinking of that.
What's the option?
The misses. You always want to exit a game focused on the makes. And that you had the feel of draw weight out there.
Okay,
Okay, no then.
7.
Right here. Right here.
On its own.
That's heavy,
On its
eh?
own. Yeah. Back
Yeah.
there. Can't touch it.
And we're way losing line. No, Sharon.
No, Sharon.
Sorry. Okay.
Soft. We like kind of think we almost need to get one in there or hit or something in the house.
It's one of those games that
Yeah.
they don't look confident now.
Tough.
Oh, well,
Well,
they're starting to.
can you hit that one flop? Can you do that one? I think you got to get rid of something.
See
Like
it
that?
possibly
Yeah,
slipping
yeah.
away here.
9.5.
The guards, the ones that are going to hurt them, but they're kind of. I think they're starting to think, let's eliminate some enemy stones in the paint.
Well, because they get something in there and you can't get rid of it. It'll take a couple shots. I don't mind this double.
Solid.
And you might get a
9.
chance to get rid of the guard
no,
after.
Right off, right off, right off.
Ash.
Hard, Ash. Hard. Hard, hard. Okay. Right out, right out, right out.
Gets rid of a couple. That'll help.
Yeah.
So could I throw the same since we'll be out a bit further?
Right on
or
top.
Do I need
Well, your
less?
long, my long time was 13.7. The one that you just threw was 13.3, actually, believe it or
Oh,
not.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. But she's going to give you more ice.
So could I throw the same or still take some off?
Pretty
Yeah.
close
No, I
to the
think
same
this will be
path.
okay.
You could argue
Maybe
that
take 2 feet
double
so we
was
can work with it
the
a
wrong
bit.
call too, couldn't you? The guard's still up there. There's one half buried. Here comes another one. Sink it in top 4.
The only thing is that guard is
7.
tight enough that I think Krista feels confident they can maybe run it in there at an angle and
Coming down a bit.
get 2 out of 1 here.
Only for line.
Megan Kohler.
Line only.
Yes!
Hard line. Hard line. Hard.
Oh, so close to being perfect.
I don't know how many of those they've
Missed
missed
that one.
today. Oh, it's the line call, the weight call, the brush.
Are you going
Same
across
weight.
the top?
It's just that
Are you
kind
going
of
across
thing
the
that
top?
No.
Oh.
It's
would
right
only come
here.
with experience.
Way too thin.
Well, not enough games with this type of these rocks, this much curl, and you train yourself to sneak by the guards, get by an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches, whatever it is. But here you can get by a foot.
More weight. Yep. Yep. Hard.
It's close.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Run it back, touch it, and they are both gone. Lovely shot. Kendra Lilly. That'll get you out of some big time trouble.
Alright guys, let's get one in there again.
Yeah.
Kendra removing 4 with 2 shots. That kind of changes it around a bit.
Good for pass, right?
Hey?
Good for pass.
That was nice.
So she dived hard at the end.
Six, seven. Line check.
It's one of those ends, Cheryl. It's kind of like in the
Yes. Line
in the
only.
NHL where somebody comes down, gets a breakaway, you know, hits the post, or there's a save, the other team turns right around and scores, and you know, it's looking like a steal at 1, 2, 3, who knows how many. Now, Northern Ontario could score as many as 2 or 3.
No.
A little over curl again.
Lost his handle on the way in.
Well, it started well for Krista McCarville. She was 100% through the first 4, and now is at 80%. Again, that draw weight letting her down a little bit. But she does have the all-important lead on the scoreboard, leading 9-6. The player numbers are brought to you by Travelers. It is better
Yeah, it's gonna go for sure.
under the umbrella.
I feel like they've got enough room here. They can see probably a third of the stone quarter. And this is a turn that finishes really hard.
You make this even if you roll open because of the score. Carrie's going to try to bury him. She doesn't make it good. It's a score of 3. When Kendra went to clean off her first stone, she was looking at 4.
A wall back there.
7 points.
Bumper. Yep. 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 Hard. Yeah.
Guards coming up.
Solid.
Guards coming up. Guards coming up. Oh! Wonderful. Terrific brushing. Ashley Sipola. Poison Juan Brian.
There was no daylight going by.
But here's the difference, right? There's a couple, albeit Briand is the 5th, the alternate. More familiar, know when to take it, know what to do with it.
Okay.
As you say, you can play it really tight if you had to.
Oh yeah.
Because you guys were calling that heavy out of my hand.
I think your weight was good.
Okay. Let's make it.
Let's go back.
Team Canada and Alberta, and 1, 2, and
3.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh, the count. Well, for Heather, just bounced off on a freeze attempt on her first one. That allowed Chelsea Carey to hit to lie the additional points. And because both of those red stones are pretty much protecting the 4-foot and hard to get to it, Heather's elected to play the hit.
Heather Nedohin, 2-time Canadian champion. Oh, she just may have grabbed enough. At this little pop forward.
One yellow.
And around they go. 1 yellow it is.
Okay. Gotta go pretty wide. Yeah, we're gonna wide side. I'll give it a good positive. Yeah.
Carey tried to adjust a little bit and come up light. Now a draw for 2.
And they're going to shake hands. And Northern Ontario will avoid the tiebreaker. The silver medalists from a year ago are into the Final 4.
I'm so glad you did that. I'm like, okay, 4, but then I'm like, well, first died, but I'm like, we'll be a little wider. Dying or whatever. I know, which is good. But
We're hoping They said they were going to be at the top of their game. Draw weight let them down a little bit. Best performance at a Scotties for Perry Galusha.
You know, I'm gonna cry.
The 2017 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Sponge Towels Paper Towel. Nothing absorbs like it. The 2017 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years. By Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. And by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada.
And so with that win, Northern Ontario will lock up a place in the playoffs, meaning no tiebreaker with Quebec. Eve Belil from Mount Royal Curling Club, Montreal, will fall one game short, and we have our top four. It started well for Northern Ontario, picked up 3. They popped another 3 in the 6th. Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville, last year's runner-up, win it 10-6 and curl very well. McCarville, as mentioned, was 100% through 4 finishes at 81%, and they are on to the playoffs. The game story is brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. So from one side of the Meridian Center, we'll go to the other side and check in on the other playoff team, playoff-bound team on the ice, and that is the defending champions, Chelsea Carey, out of the Glencoe Club in Calgary, as they play their Alberta counterpart from Okotoks, south of Calgary. Skipped by Shannon Clybrink, but with Heather Nedowin now throwing the fourth stone.
Or just run it like.
Clybrink making that switch
Oh yeah, but you're leaving it all
early
there,
in the game.
Or run it that way into that one.
Yeah.
Canada leading at 6-4 as they play here in the 10th coming home. And it is the defending champions. Also, Kathy, do have Last Rock playing the Redstones.
Well, they do, and I think that when they look back at this game, they'll be overall happy with their performance, but there definitely have been opportunities for Team Canada, and they have slid deep, specifically Chelsea, on opportunities to get in front of the tee line and put more pressure on Heather. And same with Amy, a couple of times they've been playing doubles and either hit and rolled out or just not been super sharp. And I don't know whether that's the tiredness at the end of the week or looking around, but they have not been as sharp as they have been earlier this week.
And the other thing to keep in mind here is right now it is Northern Ontario who are in that 4th slot, but if Alberta should come back and steal this win from Team Canada, they would be in the number 4 hole.
Make sure.
Just here. Just
because
here.
of Northern Ontario's win over Team Canada in the round robin earlier this week.
Well, and it's about, for this game, for Team Canada, carrying some good shots and confidence into the playoffs. You want to feel like you had a handle on the ice and you felt the draw weight.
The 1-2 page playoff goes tonight. The 3-4 page playoff will go tomorrow. So a little time off to rest for these two teams, Team Canada and Northern Ontario.
Good draws.
Might have been able to get that yellow on the way by. Interesting situation here. Alberta, you got to find a way to steal a couple, and but they do have that one totally buried. It's only in the rings by an inch, but it's it counts if they can make that red go away at some point.
Line's good. Broom's down.
Needs to move a little, Allie.
Or 2. Don't want to.
Yeah, go, 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 go. Okay.
You never want to throw it into ours, eh?
I like that, but
I don't hate it.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
Amy Nixon playing third stones here in 10. Oh, goodness.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's hard to do. Amy didn't like it right out of her hand.
7-6. Okay.
13-8, 14. Let's go.
Team Canada had a bit of a tough schedule. They played yesterday, so they've had 3 in a row. They played yesterday afternoon, last night, and then this morning, and it's the end of the week, so it could be, as Kathy said, tired, little focus issues.
Could you dream up a crazier shot than that one, though? You take out your own, you leave a guard, and then you roll over with your opponent's rock buried behind all your guards.
Be hard to call that shot.
Yeah.
Line only.
Stay with it.
Where do you want it? It's back 4.
Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go more, Sarah. Go. Go.
Good.
Lisa, Amy.
Fine, Lisa. Okay.
Unforced error there from Lisa, like in front of the tee line, and there's a serious chance to steal a couple.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Right off it, Joss.
Good throw.
Where do we throw cards?
Almost perfect. Would have been nice to get that other red.
Time.
I think you have to come in again, don't you, Cheryl?
I do. I come tee line, just above the tee.
Like here.
Yeah.
Shannon, do you like there or?
I think we just go around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if you go here.
She can still come around that though.
But then
I
we
mean,
can use
if
it.
it's peach, you come in.
Yeah. I like top 4 right there.
I like
It's
that
tucked.
I like just going there. There's quite a bit of difference between top 12 and top 4.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Cheryl. In
Yeah.
here somewhere just
I
allows
just saw that path too. Yeah.
Canada to make something go away, and they double them off, and they're in a much better situation. If you can go for the gusto here now, get one into that area or maybe that area, they're all
What are we
buried.
thinking for time, Allie?
If you could ever have Chelsea Carey drawn
Yeah.
against 3 buried rocks.
Similar to what we've been seeing.
$85.90.
I like the 85 there. Just coming down a little in the middle.
That's one of the worst breaks I've ever seen with Amy's.
Nice and positive.
Self-inflicted, she hit it dead on, but wow.
Okay, line's good. Weight's good. Close. Little up right now. Okay, close. T-line. Yeah. T-line. Line only. Line only.
Lots.
Ton of room. T. Ton of room.
Allison
Get it
Dees
over,
and Sarah
get it over,
Wilkes
Allie. Go.
backing off, and now waiting for it to break, and it just never did quite. Bites to the top of the button, sits center line.
That came down surprisingly hard.
Did it ever?
I thought it was back 4.
Perfect weight. Perfect weight.
Easy?
Yep.
As long as we stick for second, it's not terrible because she's got to hit it, right?
Yep.
Smart thinking. Like just slowing down a fraction. You don't really want to be drawing against the loss here, so just hit even if your second shot.
Just easy.
Okay.
There can't be an
Try to get to
aggressive
the
play
nose,
by
but as long as we
Alberta.
stick for second, she at least has to hit it, right?
Okay. Sounds good. Speed's nice here.
Let's
Yeah.
go, Chelsea.
Okay.
Nice, easy, Chelsea.
Wouldn't want to jam this, Cheryl, because you'd not only leave 3 buried, but you'd be slightly open.
Chelsea at 94%. Strong final
Weight's
game.
good. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Close. Yeah.
Peters, now Peterman joins her. Oh, and got the flip.
I thought they lost it.
Not even better.
They actually did because they missed the double.
Watch how close.
Oh man, they're in trouble if that ticks a guard.
And gets across the nose and underneath.
Shoot.
There's a good angle there. There's just enough room on that in-turn side. If Heather can throw the right speed here, let's get a piece of that, kick that out, leave at least 3 buried. Maybe even roll away, Cheryl.
She's got nothing to come in off of.
Got to touch the forefoot against 2 anyways.
The final stone for Alberta. Heather Nedwin looking for the little combination. Oh, they squeaked it by the guards as well. And they're going to force.
Sugar balls.
They're going
Sugar balls.
Yeah, Sugar Balls is back.
I haven't heard
Oh
that.
my God, that blew my brains.
But they're going to do exactly what you thought here. They're going to make her draw against 3. And we'll have to have at least full 4.
You think back to Cheryl, the all 3 rocks, the last 3 rocks have over curled.
Great, Chelsea.
So she leads by 2. Team Canada right now are in the 3rd spot in the final 4. Needs full 8 to give up a steal of 1. Full 4 to pick up a single. All on its own. Nixon telling Peterman, Peters just to back off. Let this go.
It's tight. It's a little bit toast.
It's okay.
It's good. Line's good.
You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good.
We're there. Real nice, Chelsea.
And the defending champion will get it to the top of the button. So Chelsea Carey gears up for the playoffs. The defending champions with a 7-4 win. So the final standings, albeit with a couple of games on the ice, we know our final 4, and with Team Canada win, we know they will be slotted number 3. They are your 4 teams: Manitoba, Ontario, Team Canada, and Northern Ontario. Quebec falls 1 game short. Tonight it'll be the 1-2 page playoff, Manitoba and Ontario. And then coming up tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 Eastern Time, the 3-4 page playoff game, Team Canada, Northern Ontario, as we wind up this final round robin draw. And we'll check in on the game between Nova Scotia against Newfoundland and Labrador. Nova Scotia, Mary Matatall out of the Windsor Curling Club against Stacey Curtis from the Remax Center St. John's Curling Club. And Newfoundland and Labrador lead at 7-4 after they cracked a 3 in 9. And here in the 10th, it'll be Nova Scotia that does have Last Rock playing the Redstones.
Peel out the top one. Okay.
Let's just make it go away
And a little
here.
more. Yeah.
You know, those little stories sometimes that pop up and you appreciate. This is one of them. Stacey Curtis in her 4th appearance has gotten better every year. Coming into this draw with a record of 4-6. And right now in control of a game up by 2.
Good sweep. Good sweep. Back 4. Let's make it, man. That's good.
You think that's enough, though?
Try and come around that Newfoundland Labrador 8-foot stone and use it as a guard.
Doesn't really help you though, Cheryl, does it? Because there's a wide open hit in the corner there.
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, it's good.
They're hoping for
Doesn't really manage to
a wide open miss.
Anyway.
So you might as well hit this and sit 2 and hope for the wide open miss.
Mary Manitoul,
Sure, we're back here.
a sixth appearance at the
Yep,
Scotties.
Line, yep. Hard line,
Two-time
yep.
Canadian mixed champion
Hard.
out of Nova Scotia.
Hard. Get it in.
Hit it on top.
Keep her going.
On top, yep.
Keep her going. Okay.
And now just need to make it go away. Newfoundland and Labrador.
We only had to need 2. That would have been the way to do it. Yeah, so that wasn't even the right time anymore. I threw that one good too.
They entered the
Yeah, friggin'
Nova Scotia playdowns to prep for the Canadian seniors,
Great.
or for their provincial seniors. And they had a hot week. Won the Nova Scotia title, and then they won the Nova Scotia seniors too. So
pretty incredible.
Get their money's worth this year, aren't they?
Clean it. Yep. Clean it up.
Final
Yep,
stone
yep.
looking to run
Yep,
Nova
yep.
Scotia out of stones.
Clean. Yep. You're good. You're good.
And they are good. And what a week it's been for Newfoundland and Labrador and Stacey Curtis. An all-time best for her,
Good game.
as she will finish with
Good luck
5
with
wins, a record of 5 and 6.
Well done, guys. Good finish.
7 for your final. And Manitoul and Nova Scotia will finish
Here, I'm gonna go
at
grab
2
water.
and 9. Congratulations to Stacey and the team. And that's a great little story. We saw a best ever performance from the Territories, now Newfoundland and Labrador. As there's 1 game remaining on the ice, Saskatchewan against Prince Edward Island. PEI leading by 1-6-5. The team from Charlottetown with Last Rock playing the Yellowstones. Moose Jaws, Penny Barker.
Right to it. Hard.
Oh, and now she'll back it up and moves it far enough, and so they are. The shot stone. Saskatchewan comes in with a record of 1 and 9.
It's the story of the week there, Beck. That gets by an eyelash, and it's underneath cover sitting 2, and they get a chance to win the game here, let alone tie. Feathers the guard and opens up for a wide open hit.
Another team that hadn't had a ton of arena experience and hadn't played a lot this season. Only, I think, 3 or 4 events, small ones. So.
Final stone for Prince Edward Island's Robin McPhee.
Yep, just clean.
An 8th appearance at the Scotties, but her first time skipping.
Good shot.
Good shot. 3 more for PEI. They'll leave the event on a winning note as they win it 9-5 as your final. Saskatchewan will finish the round robin at 1 and 10, and McPhee out of Charlottetown 3 and 8.
First place goes to Team Manitoba.
You guys.
And again, Penny Barker and the team from Moose Jaw will finish at the bottom of the table with BC at 1 and 10. There you see your 4 playoff teams. Quebec at 7 and 4. And now we turn our attention to the playoffs and the Final 4, and we'll have the 1-2 page playoff tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time. Michelle Englot, Manitoba against two-time Canadian champion Rachel Homan in Ontario. 7:30 Eastern on TSN 1, 3, and 4. Well, it's been a wonderful round robin. To those teams that are leaving us now, on behalf of all of us at TSN, we thank you for all your help, your cooperation, and we wish you all the best during the off-season. Best of luck to the teams in the playoffs, and we all begin tonight at 7:30 on Canada's sports leader, TSN.